Hello, it's only me. Bit hungover, but hey, that's yeah. Oh, I've obviously stepped out of the vlogging and I have started blogging, and so far I have done three blogs, and is it three blogs, and obviously I've uploaded them, and I've shared them out there, and obviously I have had some good feedback, but I'm struggling with my next one. I just don't know how to put it into words. What's that? It's like it's about the cells and trying to talk about the cells. Obviously, I've got the first part, and that was just before the cells, like getting booked in and stuff. And now it's trying to write about the cells, and it's like, how did it happen? What happened? And like my head's just started going like fuzzy with it all, and I'm just like, can I actually write this one, because this one part of the journey, because it's got me like stumped, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm trying to write it, and it's like, if you were to ask me now, I can talk about it, but then it's like just putting it into words, and I'm like, I'm struggling with it, not in a bad way. I know sometimes, obviously, when you write, you talk about something and it does stir up something. I'm not struggling that way. I'm just, do you know what? I think I may need someone to actually write it for me and tell him it as I'm speaking. Remember, because trying to put it all, because it's like, I had that cell, and that cell was the giggles, and I was dancing all over, and I was, I was lied up like I had my back against, like my legs up against the wall, and I was doing the TikTok. I was the human clock and swinging around, and then I flooded the cell, and then they let me out, which I tried to escape again. So then they put me in another cell, and then that cell was a fucking angry, like fucking a very angry fucking cell. When I was fucking raging, that's when I'm, banging on the fucking doors, fucking trying to escape, and fucking people were arguing with me, like from other cells, and I was threatening to kick their fucking faces in, and it's like, whoa, and then like the times when I can remember leaving one cell, and I think was that with my first cell, and I went to this little room to do the breathalyzer, and I remember it so vivid. And then after that, they put me in this room to be interviewed by a doctor, and that's when I tried to escape again. Because there was this, right, we want you to walk on that invisible line. What do you mean? An invisible line? If a visible line is a visible line, I can't, it's not there. But just pretend it's there. Well, what? So if you want me to pretend that this visible line's there, it's coming naturally. I can talk about it, but put it in words, it's like, ah. So I may have to skip that one for the time being and do another, do another part of it, because that's got to be like, because there was my first cell, then there was obviously when trying doing the breathalyzer test, then there was the interview in the little room with the invisible line, where then I tried to skip out, I took my chance, and then there was a toilet, and then the officer was sat there with his fucking, I wouldn't say it was a Rolex, but them watches what turn round, where you turn the fucking numbers round at the top, thing. Kept doing that and that. So then there was that one, and then there was the next cell where I was obviously angry, fighting with everyone. Then obviously blocked the toilet, fucking flooded that cell. To get me out of there. And but that one, I think I didn't have no clothes left. I didn't have no clothes on, so they had to give me like whatever they had, like these grey thingies. I had my slippers in the fucking new bend. I soaked everything, and so then I got to another cell, and in that cell, that was part of me jump. That was me time jumping. That cell was like I can remember time jumping like. But like everyone's waiting for me. There's always someone. Baloo's like, in the mindset it was Baloo. We need to keep it. We need to protect Baloo, no matter, because Baloo can jump in and out of her time zones. There's always someone in a certain part of my time zones to keep me safe, because when Baloo's jumping in and out of time zones, she can actually get hurt. But when she's in a different time zone, the devil can find her. And we need to get her back from that time zone to this time zone. But then sometimes I don't come back to that time zone. And that one, it's like I don't even think I'm making sense. And then there was that. And then my last cell, I remember, that was the shit. That was the worst cell ever. Like, I went in, they chucked me in. Well, they had me on the floor, and they had me fucking twisted, but at this point I was like, fucking pain, give me it, and how long is, it's posting, and in that cell, that was the realisation. It was so I could smell shit. There was shit up the walls. The bed was a brown shitty mattress. It stunk as shit, and it wasn't nice. And then there's the toilet, and I remember washing my face. I know this sounds proper grim. Washing my face in this toilet water, and then I had this like image, like we've all seen Trainspotting, yeah. Well, I went in that toilet. That was my escape. I had to get the water out, and I had to go through this tunnel. And I was trying to escape through the toilet. And then it's trying to piece it together. But then I remember standing there, and I tried to rip my own nipples off. And after that bit, it's like, because obviously it was like I was twisting, and I was like, do you know what, this is feeling fucking awesome, pain. And I think I've inflicted myself too much pain, because then I was just like, boom, flat. I couldn't, can't remember anything. But leading up to that bit, it was like, when the coppers had me pinned down, I've vivid, they spat at me. I know, like, a lot of people, like, I've spat, and they said they won't have spat at you. It's not the copper. But in this reality where I was, the coppers spat at me. They had me down. They treated me like a dog. And I remember a conversation I had with a friend about my time on POF. And obviously I was so naive. They were like, no, the dog, this friend said that's a total different level. They want to treat you like a dog. They want, like, that's not nice. That's not normal. And something you know, that conversation came to me and I was like, fuck, I need to get out of here. And then, so do you know, it's like trying to, like, I'm just fucking whiffling and I'm just like, ugh. But yeah, trying to write, so I'm gonna have to leave that one because I just haven't got a clue where to go with it, and I'm gonna skip that one and I'm gonna jump to my the journey from the cop shop to, like, the journey from, like, obviously the cop shop, like, obviously the journey to the cop shop, the cells, and then the journey to Rosebery Park, where I was thinking I was on my way to this, I was going to the park, yay, I was going to the park, but I was still up here, and, oh, do you know, it's draining, but I'm not dipping or anything like that. I may be a bit, yeah. So, I'm just like, what do I do? And obviously Brogan comes home today. Yay! He's been in Liverpool all week. But anyway, I'm going to bid you all farewell, and obviously I'm going to go in the shower and sort this mop out. Yeah, crazy hair, blue. Right, well, I will speak to you all soon, and happy Saturday.